So today we're going to be going over quiz 15A from spring 2018. So we're given the H field here, and which is not in a vacuum, and we have to find the frequency, lambda, and the corresponding E field. Alright, so to find frequency, we know that omega equals 2 pi f, and solving for f, which is a frequency, f equals omega over 2 pi, and we're given omega to be 3000, so 3000 over 2 pi hertz is our frequency. For lambda, we know k equals 2 pi over lambda, and solving for lambda, we get lambda equals 2 pi over k. We know k is 40 because we're given that over here. So lambda equals 2 pi over 40 meters. And to solve for the E field, we can draw axis over here. I'll call this my x-axis and this my y-axis because I'm given x and y over here. And use the right-hand rule for axis, which is our right thumb points to the right, which is our x. Our index finger points up, which is our y, and our middle finger points towards us, which is our z, so the positive z direction. So that being said, positive z is out of the board. And we're given the h is along the x direction over here. So this is our h. We're given k is positive 40, which is the y direction, but as we know, using the equation cosine or sine, omega t minus k dot r, this negative sign changes what direction our k is when we graph it. So even though this is positive 40 in the y direction, when we actually graph it, it's going to be in the negative y direction. So our k is over here. And using the right hand rule, we know that our right thumb is k, and our right curled fingers is our h direction. So if we point our right thumb in the direction of k and we curl our fingers towards h, when we straighten our fingers out, we see that our fingers point into the page, so which is in the negative z direction. So E is into the page, which is in the negative z direction. And since we're not in a vacuum, we can't use the equation E naught over H naught equals eta naught just yet. So to solve for our E naught over here, we first use the equation V equals omega over k, which is 3000 over 40, which equals 75. And omega over k also equals c over n, and c is the speed of light and n is the index of refraction. And we know that c equals 3 times 10 to the 8, and our index of refraction also equals square root of epsilon r. So solving for epsilon r, square root of epsilon r, we get epsilon r, square root of epsilon r equals 3 times 10 to the 8 over 75. Since we're not in a vacuum, we know eta equals eta naught over square root of epsilon r. We know that eta naught, if it were to be in a vacuum, is 377 over square root of epsilon r, which is 3 times 10 to the 8 over 75, which is pretty much 377 times 75 over 3 times 10 to the 8, which is 9.4 times 10 to the negative 5. And plugging it back into this equation right here, see that E naught over H naught equals 9.4 times 10 to the negative 5. And we know our H naught is 0.1, which is given here. So E naught equals 9.4 times 10 to the negative 5 times 0.1 equals 9.4 times 10 to the negative 6. So our E field is our direction of E, which is the negative Z direction, so negative Z hat, times our magnitude, which is 9.4 times 10 to the negative 6, times sine, because that's what we were originally given, omega t plus 40y. And since it's the E field, it's going to be volts per meter.